Have you ever made more money and somehow feel worse? You get the raise, you land the client, you see your income go up, but your anxiety doesn't go down. Rent's still tight, groceries still ridiculous, and retirement still feels like a joke. It's like you're running faster and falling further behind. But let me tell you something that most people will never say out loud. You're not poor because you're undisciplined. You feel poor because the system is designed to extract more the moment you earn more. Now, it's not your income that's broken, it's the ground you're standing on. And until you see that, no amount of hustle will save you. See, we've been sold a dream. More money equals more freedom. Work hard, climb the ladder, stack skills, charge higher rates. And sure, that dream used to work, but the game changed and nobody updated the rules. Because here's the hidden truth. As your income rises, so does your exposure to silent theft. Now, they don't raise your taxes overnight. They just inflate your costs. They dilute your savings, and they move the goalposts. Now, you thought you were buying freedom, but you were just getting deeper into the maze. So let's go ahead and break it down. Every dollar you earn is a claim on value: food, time, shelter, and choice. But the currency you're earning in, well, it's melting. Not visibly, not dramatically, but quietly and month after month. So what happened? You make 20% more, but your rent goes up 25%. Your insurance premiums jump 15%, and your grocery bill eats the raise before it hits your account. And worst of all, well, you think it's your fault. Because nobody teaches you this. Nobody tells you that inflation is slow motion robbery, that the money is rigged, and that your time is being diluted by design. So here's how the trap works. You start earning more. You increase your lifestyle slightly because you're human, and the system increases everything else: housing, debt, food, education. Your margin vanishes, you work harder, and then you repeat. Now, it's called the ratchet effect, and every notch of progress comes with a hidden cost, and the ratchet doesn't click backwards. Now, this is why even high earners feel poor, because they don't own their value. They lease it from a system that taxes motion and punishes rest. So let me give you a real example. There's two friends, same age, same city. One makes $60,000 a year and the other makes $200,000 a year. Now, you'd assume the second guy is winning, right? But here's what you don't see. The $60,000 a year guy owns his time, stacks Bitcoin, has zero debt, and sleeps well. But the $200,000 guy, well, he has two mortgages, car payments, tax bracket stress, no liquidity, and no exit plan. Now, he's not rich, he's leveraged. One job loss and the house of cards fall. Because income isn't wealth, margin is, ownership is, and unprinted value is. So here's where it gets real. The economy isn't rewarding value anymore. It's rewarding velocity. Now, if your money moves fast, you're taxed less. If it sits still, it melts. Now, that's not a mistake. That's fiat design. It punishes saving, rewards leverage, pushes you to chase instead of build. Now, you don't feel poor because you're failing. You feel poor because the scoreboard is rigged. And the faster you run, well, the more energy you lose. Now, that's not freedom, that's friction. So what's the move? Well, stop optimizing for income. Start optimizing for retention. Now, not retention of clients, but retention of value. Because if you're earning more but holding less, you're not progressing, you're leaking. But here's how to flip the script. Stop saving in fiat. Start converting surplus into scarce, unprintable assets. Buy time, reduce overhead, build cash flow that doesn't require your presence, and anchor your value to energy, not promises. Because inflation is theft and wealth is protection. Now here's a deeper layer that most won't touch. We've mistaken movement for progress, speed for strategy, earnings for escape. But if your life feels tight, even as your numbers rise, well, that's not failure, that's feedback. Because you don't need more inputs, you need fewer leaks, and you don't need to earn more. You need to stop being extracted from. And you don't need to become someone else, you need to own what they can't dilute. Now, this usually hits on a Sunday. You open your banking app, you see the paycheck, and you remember the meetings, the stress, and the grind. And then you ask yourself, why doesn't this feel like progress? Why do I feel more tired, more anxious, more trapped, and even now? Well, that's not burnout, that's misalignment, because you're playing a game that was never meant to be won, and now, well, now you're waking up. So here's the shift. Wealth isn't what you earn, it's what they can't take. Not your paycheck, not your investments, but your sovereignty. Your ability to say no, your ability to unplug, your ability to build outside their reach. See, you feel poor because you've been renting your security, but now it's time to own it. See, you don't need more money, you need better money. You don't need more effort, you need more edge. And you don't need more income, you need more insulation. So if you feel poor, even while you're earning more, you're not crazy. You're correct, because the money is melting, the system is bleeding you, and now, well, now you're finally starting to see it. Now, if you want to go deeper down the Bitcoin rabbit hole, then check out my ebook down below, because it's the wake-up call they never wanted you to read. Now, I do also have to chuck this disclaimer in here as well, and I highly suggest just pausing the video and having a little read. Now, if you've made it this far, and if you're looking for something else to watch, then click right here and have a watch of this.